Hello. Today, I wanted to do something a little different, and I want to talk about an issue that I'm having with Minecraft. I want to say this first things first is I know I'm not the intended player of Minecraft in the fact that I don't play vanilla and I don't, you know, I mean, look at me. I play a lot more Minecraft than the average person. I don't think that's a secret to hide. So, I do just want to say though that ever since Mojang switched to game drops, it's just everything about it kind of sucks to me. There's no real reason that I think game drops need to be put in over just the way updates were. Now, of course, to get the obvious out of the way, one, Minecraft developers are allowed to do what they want to do. I am not in charge of them. I am just a fan of their game. And unlike players on Bedrock, I can't even go, well, they force microtransactions down my face because I play on Java. So, yes, free updates that are coming through all the time. And also, most importantly, developers are allowed to do whatever they want. And if they like the game drop system more, they are more than allowed to do it. But let's be real. The reason anyone plays Minecraft is because it constantly gets updated today. Now, to disprove that immediately, I would definitely be one of the losers still playing Minecraft. But let's be real. Most people still play Minecraft because it constantly gets updated over and over again. And two, as a developer, you would want your players to have fun playing the game. Now, of course, people grow out of games, stuff like that, and the game drops are not a make or a break for me. I just find them annoying because now I play Minecraft with a focus of being a creator for Minecraft. So I have these issues that the average person doesn't have, and be the change you want to see in the world, blah blah blah. The only way I can change anything is by talking about it. So I thought I would. So just to start off with my first major issue, which is obviously the only real issue with this current thing they're doing. Everything else is subjective, so take it as you will. Also, I'm kind of talking just off my mind here, so sorry if it's a little looser than my normal video. But the naming system needs serious work. This is the actual only real tangible issue that everyone should have with game drops, which is why are they not changing the way the number system works? Why are they using hot fixes for the same change as game drops? So it has been just over a year as of me recording this and posting this that game drops have been doing the thing. The very first game drop was released in October 2024, so it's been just over a year. And there has been 5 game drops since then. But there has also been 4 hot fixes. And they use the exact same number scheme, and it's so annoying. We are currently on version Minecraft 1.21.10, which is a hot fix. But then Minecraft 1.21.9 was a game drop. And Minecraft 1.21.8 was a hot fix. 1.27, hot fix. 1.21.6, game drop. 1.21.5, game drop. And so forth. And it's just, there's no way to tell unless you know what the updates are. Like, I literally had to look at them because I wanted to count how many game drops there were for one of my points. And it's just, why are they numbered like that? Just add another number. Like, it's the only solution I can think of that keeps the current system. But game drops, make them 1.21.11 will be the next game drop, right? Keep that. But then when there's a hot fix, make it 1.21.11.1. I feel like they should just add a 4th number and do that, because game drops are obviously not going anywhere. And if we're gonna keep doing them, you gotta fix that numbering scheme, because it is so hard to go look back over what's been added. But other than that, that's the only real actual issue that can easily be addressed, and I think they should do. 2, though, on the other hand, which this is the biggest issue, because modded Minecraft is probably the only thing comparable to the vanilla single-player base of Minecraft. But let me start with this. Game drops are very clearly focused for single-player, or maybe officially going through realms. I've never used a realm, so I don't know how easy they are to update. But for people, single-player vanilla Minecraft is clearly the type of player that game drops are made for. Now, me, on the other hand, I use data packs, I use mods, I play on servers that I run myself, so, and also I just play on big servers like Hypixel all the time. I like a little mini game. Play Pixel Party. This is not a paid advertisement, but it might as well be, because I love Pixel Party. Play Pixel Party now. Anyway, the point is, it's just mod makers and data pack makers and everyone who just runs a Minecraft account not officially through Minecraft thing, not officially through Mojang, has to update it constantly over and over again, because instead of having two major updates that they have to work through, and yes, I know some things like Sodium or Hypixel even allows players to join in snapshots, but they are not necessary. They don't have to do that, but they're big enough where the people working on them actually do that as their job. But of course, not every server, not every mod, not every data pack, the people behind them do not do that as their job. So, yes. But a lot of these mods and servers and so on are passion projects where people do it on top of whatever responsibilities they have in real life. So, forcing these developers to... And yes, I know most mods aren't even made for newer versions of the game. I want to start there. Like, I know a lot of mods are locked in, like, 1.16, 1.12, whatever. But there are lots of mods that are meant for day-to-day, like, up-to-date use, and these developers now have to work overtime. Because, instead of updating once or twice, they have to update every couple of weeks when the new game drop comes out. Because the game drops also just which is the point, severely change in how big or small they are. Like, the game drop for the Happy Ghast was literally just the Happy Ghast, right? Which is one new... I mean, there was more to it, but, it was mainly the Happy Ghast. And then you have game drops like the Pale Oak Forest. What was that called? The Creeping Update, whatever it was called. It dropped it dropped a whole new biome, whole new block set. Same thing for the Copper Golem update. It was a lot more than just the Copper Golem. It was copper tools, copper stuff, blah, 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 blah. A lot more than one thing. But because the updates vary in size, they can either come out right after each other, or they can, take a couple of months. Having this crazy schedule when there's developers who people rely on, like me, I rely on the replay mod so I can make videos. And it's not to put more pressure on the devs, it's just how it is. These developers that now make these things, a lot of which are not their jobs, are stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I think that's unfair when Minecraft modded stuff is just the only part of the community that could probably rival vanilla players. Like, I've been talking about servers. Their data packs and mods are probably the most used way to play Minecraft besides vanilla single player. Like, I don't know the exact numbers, obviously. I don't think anyone's ever published that or done a survey, but I can promise you that it's vanilla players, then modded/data pack players, and then server players, so forth, so on. And it's just annoying, because these people now have to crunch time on top of all the other stuff they have to do. Because Mojang broke their very rhythmic update cycle to just throw it out whenever they wanted, which is fine, but that's also just not the way you should be running a game of this size, in my opinion. Too many people rely on the updates coming out at a certain time, both content creators making update videos, and, if they decide to just, oh yeah, we're dropping a whole update next week, oopsies, content creators whose jobs are not to be content creators, developers whose jobs are not to be developers, are now forced to sit down and fix their thing, or do a video they might not have time to make. Okay, so Future Robo here. I did get a little sporadic in what I was saying before, but I wanted to leave part of it in because I think it shows my true feelings on the topic. But, I do want to say, just to make it more concise, from server owners, to server plugin makers, to data pack makers, to mod makers, and to a very much lesser extent, content creators who have to keep the schedule, Mojang throwing out their very rhythmic schedule of 2 major updates a year, kind of just, which, again, as I said earlier, they're allowed to do, but it kind of just threw everything off, not every server or mod is this major mod that gets enough money and support or through things they sell to keep the business afloat. Sure, I use things like Hypixel and Sodium, which are big mods and servers with a team behind them instead of just a single person, and some of those people probably even do it full time because they get money through support and stuff. But there are other mods that are just people's passion projects for a simple quality of life that they wanted in the game or so forth. And now these people have to work crunch time because Mojang keeps doing game drops in a very inconsistent way. So the way I see it is there's rarely a game drop every month. It's just not a thing. I mean, it could be. There are a few times. I'm sure it could get there too. But they usually take more than a month in between. So, my simple suggestion to fix this is just like how they'd release the major updates in the 2 parts of the year, just release. It's almost Thanksgiving, so I'm just gonna use the third Thursday as example, even though Wednesdays are updates days anyway. But, uh, I think every third, like, Wednesday of the month is when they will release game drops. Just because it doesn't have to be that day, but it just should be the same day every month, the months they do release game drops. That way people can set the time aside, uh, when there's crunch time. Not everyone's gonna do that, obviously, and that's not a perfect solution to this problem. I do know Mojang is releasing some back-end stuff that would make the game a lot easier to mod, but it's way more technical than I understand, and I don't know if that's going to apply to, like, updating the game between versions, or if it just means mods can change more of the source code. So, that might help, that might not, but it's just a solution I think might work, and I guess I like doing the problem solution thing. I don't know. Anyway, back to Sporadic Robo. That's probably my biggest point. So this goes out to everyone if you are seeing this, but thank you for putting up with the inconsistent schedule. It's annoying. Just thank you guys. Thank you for putting up with this new system, because I know Minecraft would suck without things. I feel like content updates have been more damaging than not. And that's it. Lackluster updates that aren't very interesting from the Minecraft developers' end. Not very much. Again, smoothing out the edge. That issue could very much be resolved by the next content update. Sorry this has been very rambly. I just wanted to say that, get that off my chest. So if you sat through all this and didn't click off by now, why? But also, thank you very much. Thanks for watching my rant. We'll be back to regular Minecraft next week if you care about that. I don't know. I have like 12 viewers. I don't know. Letting my insecurities shine through on this one. But thank you all so much for watching, and